This conference will now be recorded.
Hello guys, welcome to Kumar Consulting. So guys, once again, I'm back with a different session. So here, once again, I have brought some interview questions. Now, this time, again, I'm having certain recording. And this time I'll play a complete recording, guys, because so that at least you'll be, like you'll come to know what kind of questions are going to be asked by interviewer. And even this is a telephonic round. Given by a candidate. Okay, so you just listen this interview, and I'm going to play the recording. Just listen, put yourself at the place of candidate, and then try to answer the questions. So at last, I'll whatever my point of view is there that I'm going to give. So let me play the recording first. My first project is implementation. Okay. After that, I worked in support projects last 3 months, 3 years. Mm-hmm. Okay. Tell me, what is your roles and responsibilities in the current client? Current client, I have to resolve the tickets which are raised by the end user based on SLA. Based on SLA. Okay. Can you just tell me two practical example of tickets and how result is? Sorry. That tickets is like my consultants forgot to check the line item when they created the real creation. Mm-hmm. Which line item? The line item, sorry, real creation line item. Mm-hmm. That time that end user can't see the item-wise transaction. Mm-hmm. That time I blacked the GL. Mm-hmm. Then I activate the line item. So yes, first to block the GL account. Hello? Yes, sir? Hello. First to block the GL account, right? Yeah, first to black the GL account. Mm-hmm. Then activate the line item. Mm-hmm. Then I run the FACL underscore activation it. Then I activate that one. After that, you can see the line item wise transaction. Okay. Say there is you mistakenly create a GL account, which is open item management. Okay. Yeah, yeah. And there is some transactions. Yeah. Okay. Then how can change convert into line item management? Sorry. There is a GL account. Okay. Okay. Mistakenly it is created as open item management. Okay. And a lot of entries are posting, say 50 or 100 entries are posting. Later on, you know that the business knows that no, it's not open item management, it's still line item management, GL account. Yeah. So how can change the GL accounts after that? If there are some entries are posted in the GL account? No, I don't know. I need to upload that. Okay. Have you worked on HANA project? Sorry? As for HANA? As for HANA, I didn't work. Okay. I work in ECC one. Oh, ECC. Okay, okay. So, have you worked on accounts payable model? Yes, sir. Accounts payable also. Okay. Tell me, one practical issue in automatic payment program, and how can you resolve? Automatic payment program. Mm-hmm. One practical issue tell while you're running the app 110. In automatic payment program, no issues. No, sir. I didn't get any issues in automatic program. Mm-hmm. I got an issue in GL. Okay. In GL, yes, sir. The business is not following the automatic payment program procedure. Yes, I understand. But they are not getting any issue. No, I didn't get any issue. No, you are not getting, or they are not getting any issue in automatic payment program. Actually, that kind of difficulties my seniors only will answer it alone, sir.
you are handling what type of tickets?
Like this ticket, like DL creations, if any errors is there, reversal, like that.
Okay. In the automatic, while making automatic payment program, there is a next payment date run.
Yeah.
What is this significant?
Same as I didn't get.
Next payment date run. You see in a while you're making statement at time, there is a field next payment date run.
That is the payment, terms of payment, right?
No, payment terms, next payment date run. While making, next payment date run.
Next,
Okay.
next payment run means the next month it will be run. The same date, next month it will be done.
Okay. Next payment date means in the next same month. Sorry, next month and same day.
The same date it will done.
Say today I run a payment program. Okay, on 7th July. I give the next payment date on 15th July.
Okay.
What that in this scenario what happens?
Next 15th, sir? Next month 15th?
No, I took this month, 15th July, I give the next payment date.
The same first day you done the payment.
Today I run the program, okay? Payment
program. Okay.
7th July 2019.
Okay.
And in the next payment date field, I give 15th July 2019. Then what happens?
From 1 to 15, all invoices will take it. All whichever invoices we have to pay to vendor, all invoices it will take. Based on the due date, all payments will done.
From 1 to 15.
1 to 15.
Or which are due before 1?
Not people. We put done the payment run from 1 to 15. The 1 to 15 invoices all will be done.
Then suppose the invoice is due on before 1st July, then it is not picking.
No, sir, it will not.
It is not picking. Okay. Do you work on New Year?
I didn't work on New Year, sir. I have idea about that.
Okay, what is tell me the document splitting functionality?
Document splitting is the split the document is line item wise.
What is this functionality? Why you are using document?
Document splitting we will using the details about the transactions. Like suppose if you post the salaries, lot of transactions will post. For transactions wise, we can see the report. Like salaries different and different dates we have to post the transactions. Like the date wise and item wise, we can see.
If you are not using, you cannot able to see the line item wise.
If you don't see the item, all total items only we can see, sir. We can't see the date wise different amounts we can't see.
Tell me what is the functionality? Why you are generally using document splitting?
Document splitting mostly with the line item wise, sir. Like for every transaction, one line item is there. But suppose for salary,
give me an example. Okay.
For salary, suppose you post the salary, so in yearly we post a lot of so many times salaries like for 1, 2, 3 like that. All that. Yes,
why are posting yearly?
Take an example only. Actually, we will salaries will post on like recurring account, recurring only. And take an example only. Not only salary, like any expenses, like transactions, you can see the line item wise.
Okay.
That is the functionality of
okay. How many types of document splitting is SAP?
Document splitting, there is mainly three types. active splitting, passive splitting, and zero balance.
Okay. I am giving a practical example of active account splitting. There is two expense. Expense 1 debit, expense 2 debit. Expense 1 is 800 rupees and expense 2 is 200 rupees. Expense 1 is profit center 1 and expense 2 is in profit center 2. Now there is some input GST which is debit 100 rupees and the vendor gets credited to 1100 rupees. If it is split, how the system passed the entry?
Suppose the 200 rupees is there, na? That 2 times it will split, sir.
Which 200?
Suppose if salary is there, salary account data, if you pay 2 times, so document splitting is not activated, it's only 1 time only.
No, I'm giving a simple thing. I'm giving an example. You just tell me if it is split on the active document.
It will show this 2 times, like 2 times if you pay.
Tell me the account. No, to pay, why? I'm posting a vendor invoice. Post.
Okay, vendor invoice they post.
Expense 1 debit, expense 2 debit. Expense 1 is 800 rupees, expense 2 is 200 rupees.
Yeah.
Expense 1 is in profit center 1, expense 2 is in profit center 2. Input GST debit 100 rupees and vendor credit 11. In this case, okay, how many line items the system create?
Line items, hello?
Yeah, carry on.
Line items, 3 line items will create, sir.
Have you practically involved in the document splitting?
Sorry?
Have you practically involved in the document splitting?
No, sir. I have knowledge about the document splitting. I didn't involve in data.
Okay, no problem. Have you done integration?
FIM integration, sir.
And what are the integration you done?
I done FIMM and FISC.
Okay. Tell me what is P2P cycle? And
P2P cycle means procure to pay, sir. That means the start from purchase requisition and quotations. After that, procure requisition, we'll get the quotations. Then vendor selection.
Okay.
Purchase order. After the vendor selection, vendor gives the purchase order. Hello?
Okay, carry on. Okay.
We will give the purchase order to vendor, sir. Vendor send the stock. Good. Goods receipt.
What is the accounting entry?
Sir?
What is the accounting entry in goods receipt?
When they receive the goods, the inventory account data to GRIR account, sir.
Okay. How you are in this one? In when you integrate?
In GRIR account, where the PXS is automatic manual posting, transaction key is there. For PXS, for inventory, PXS. For GRIR, WRX, sir.
Okay.
We have to configure the 2 transaction keys. When you do the integration in OBYC,
okay.
we have to do the 2 configuration, the 2 transaction key configuration. We have to assign to GL, the 2. After the goods receipt, hello?
Yeah, okay, carry on.
After the goods receipt, then goods receipt account data to vendor account.
Okay.
Goods
receipt account.
The goods is GRIS, sir. GRIS, goods receipt or invoice receipt. The goods GRIR account is the clearing account, sir. Yes, we use it to.
If there is some input tax is there.
Sir?
If there is some input tax is applicable.
Yeah, input tax is there. When you do the purchases, input tax is applicable.
So then what is the entry?
Yeah, sorry, inventory account data, GRIR account data.
Okay.
Then the TDS account.
Where is input GST?
Sir,
Where is input GST?
inventory account data, GR account data, then input tax account data.
Inventory account debit.
First transaction.
Okay, at the time of GST.
When you receive the stock, sir, when you post the invoice, we will post like that. Purchase account data, purchase account data, vendor account data,
Vendor account debit.
purchase account data, purchase is debit, sir.
And vendor is debit.
Vendor is credit, sir. Purchase account debit. Vendor is credit.
And what is your input GST? If there is some input GST, what is it?
GST.
Okay. Have you worked on valuation grouping code?
Sorry.
Valuation grouping code.
Valuation, sir.
Valuation grouping code.
Yeah.
What is valuation grouping code? While you integrate FI and MU.
Valuation groups is the indicate the momentum type.
Valuation grouping code is moment type.
Yeah, momentum goods, momentum type, sir.
Momentum or moment type?
Momentum type. There is different types of there is like a material momentum.
Okay, so you mean to say valuation grouping code is equal means moment types, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, have you worked on any controlling side?
No, sir. Thank you.
So okay, thank you very much. It's a nice talking with you. I'll be made contact to manager. Anything you want to ask me?
No, sir. Nothing.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, guys. So now I just pause the recording. I just close the recording. Sorry, I stopped the recording. Just playing the recordings and all. Now, so hope you have heard the complete this conversations and this interview round. And now we'll discuss one by one, like what was the questions asked by interviewer. Now here, if you talk about the answers, it's quite difficult to answer all the questions, because I do not believe to explain anything theoretically, because if I explain certain things theoretically, I might be after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 day, 2 days, you guys are going to forget. So here, if I explain something, I try to so practically, this is how you guys will be having a perfect understanding, and this is how those things you will never forget in your entire this one lifetime also. So anyway, we will discuss about the questions whichever has been asked by interviewer one by one, and we'll see what kind of answer has been given by candidate, and even you also can put yourself at the place of candidate, and you also try to answer the questions. Once again, you can replay this video and you can ask. So first of all, few of the parts actually I have not recorded. That is like beginning of introductions. Why? Because in that the name and organization of the candidate was revealed, so that I cannot show. It will be confidential only. And actually, recently, a few days back, I received this recording from one of the candidates. I don't know him, because on daily basis I'm receiving several messages through WhatsApp. My number is there on even here. If you look at, then my number is there. So I've just taken the screenshot. Yeah, look at here from my web WhatsApp. I have taken this. So here this recording was sent, and I just blurred this number and his picture also, right? And even if anybody is going to share any information and all, it will be confidential only, your name, your address, and everything that I'm not supposed to disclose. The only purpose of recording this video is that even you guys also will come to know about the questions, like what kind of questions are being asked. Lots of people are taking this trainings and all, and if you ask from your faculties and all, these people are just going to download some useless questions from Google, and they are going to distribute among the candidate and saying that such kind of questions are going to be asked. Now you have heard this entire interview. Is there anywhere that interviewer is asking, what do you mean by company? What do you mean by company code? What do you mean by business area? Nothing. These all things are useless, guys. No one is going to ask such kind of questions. It will be given by institutions only, and those some PDF documents will be available on Google free of cost. People are downloading and they're giving. Okay, so don't look at those things. Now, so we'll be back. We'll be back on our discussions once again. And the first question was what, guys? About this introduction itself. Okay, so the first session, sorry, the first question was introduce yourself, and whatever introduction was given was not impressive. It was not what to say good, guys, because hardly in 2-3 lines he has given the introductions and all. Anyway, it was not bad also. It's okay. Now after introductions, that interviewer is asking about what? Interviewer is asking about issues, because the candidate is saying that he is having around 4.5 years, 4.3 years of experience, and about 3 years of experience in what is the support project. So what he asked, he said like, you just tell me certain issues. Now interviewer asked about issues, and the candidate started explaining from where, explanations about open item management issues. If you guys watch my YouTube what is a video, this I have uploaded on what to say YouTube already. This issue I have uploaded on YouTube itself, open item management. If you forget to apply a check mark on open item management, what to say checkbox, then what will happen, right? So even candidate also has watched this videos and he is trying to explain. I'll tell you guys, nothing wrong to explain this what to say issues and all, but this is not going to create a very good impression. Why? Because uh, everybody knows this is already uploaded on YouTube. Like you, thousands of several thousand people have gone through those videos, and everybody is. Even recently I got one more, received one more recording, I think yesterday itself. What is happening, same answer is given by one more candidate. He is a different guys. Whenever I get the time, I'll try to record that one also. Now in that also, like the same, the way this candidate has started giving explanations about this open item management issues, in the same way this second candidate is also explaining that I got an requirement where candidate forgotten to apply the check mark on open item checkbox. Now immediately the interviewer is not having patience to listen the complete answer. He says, oh guys, please don't explain this answers and all before you already 10 or 11 candidate has explained the same issues. Are you not having any other issues except this open item and line item displays? Now the entire what to say, the faces are blank, in the sense like then after there is no answer. It means with the help of only 2 issues and all, you cannot crack the entire interview, right? That is the one thing. So even here what he has replied, that is open item management issues, it's very common, so better not to use this, guys, or else you can use it among, if you're having 5, 6, 7 issues and all in your hand, then among that you can use this one also at 4th or 5th place. Okay, not initially, because this is not going to create a good impression, since several people are explaining the same thing. So even you will be also falling under same category. Okay, you are not going to be treated as a unique candidate. Now, okay, so now the next question. Okay, what was the next question, guys? Yeah, the next question was, he has given one scenario in the sense like if I forgotten to apply any check mark on this line item display. Now look at here, it was quite easy. Even this video also I have uploaded on my channel. Line item display, if you forgotten to apply a check mark, then what will happen? But this one was not able, candidate is unable to reply this question. This one was also quite easy, but he says no, I don't know about this. It means he might have missed out this video, and he is unable to watch this video because this was quite easy question, and answers were also answer is also going to be easy only. Now, the next question was, have you worked on HANA? And obviously the answer will be no itself, because most of the people, they're not having much idea about HANA. So simply the interviewer has ignored. There is no stress at all that why don't have, why you don't have any, what to say, this one about HANA and all. If I have not worked, no issues, because in my project it's not there, right? There won't be, it is not going to create any negative impact. Okay. Now, so it's simply he said not worked, it's okay, it's good. Now he is asking about account payable, right? Okay, do you have any idea about account payable? Yes. And the first question from account payable was asked, and that too related to APP, automatic payment program. What he is asking? He's asking that you tell me a common, error or issues which is there in APP, whichever you receive in APP, automatic payment program. No answer. He says, no, I don't receive any, what to say, errors. Is it possible that APP is running in your organization and you are unable to receive any issues or error, guys? This is impossible. Several issues are coming related to APP, automatic payment program. Several errors are being raised by your user, on daily basis or weekly basis from APP and all. So if you say that, no, I'm not getting any errors on APP, this is unacceptable. It means indirectly you are saying that you are a fake. Okay. Now, so here there is no idea. Later on he says like, yes, we received the issues and all, but my seniors are handling. I'll tell you guys, such kind of issues will never handle by senior. It will be handled by junior people only, because this is a very common issues. Basic issues are coming. Okay. Now from APP itself, he asked a question, and here the interviewer has given a wrong, what to say, that this question is slightly wrong, because he's saying like, do you have any idea about next payment date run? So a wise candidate will say that, so it is not next payment date run, I know about it is next payment run. So are you talking about next payment run and all? But anyway, he's the interviewer. He's at supreme, what to say, this place and all. You're the interviewer, so you're not supposed to ask the counter questions and all, because the way, if he's asking next payment date run, in the sense he's asking about next payment run itself, right? So instead of rectifying his mistake, we are supposed to answer. Now, so whatever the logic has been given by, it is totally worst. The logic has not at all any kind of relation with the answers and all, right? Even he is trying to quote some example also, that is totally wrong. Okay, because the way he is going to put the example, it says that his knowledge is almost zero, right? Now, okay, now what is happening? Look at here, interviewer is giving an example and saying that, let's suppose I'm going to run this APP in next payment date, or in next payment run, I've given 15th of July as a date. Now what will happen? What is the impact, right? So here also, whatever the answer is given by the candidate is totally wrong. It's absolutely wrong, and again, that is also going to turn as a negative itself. Now, the next question was about NewGL. Is it like, do you have any idea, have you worked on NewGL? He says, I haven't worked, but I'm having idea. It's okay. That is also somewhat it's acceptable. Even if you're having idea also, and even if you're going to give a perfect or good response, people will not have any kind of, what to say, this one, right? It means if you're having perfect understanding, then only. Now, so from NewGL, what he asked, he's asking about the document splitting functionality. Okay, here also the kind of example was given, that is also a wrong example itself. Okay, wrong example in the sense like, see, the kind of presentation of this example is given by the candidate is totally worst. It is totally wrong. Okay, so here in this way, again, it's impossible to impress the interviewer, right? I'll tell you guys one thing. If any interviewer, whoever the interviewer is there, if interviewer is going to ask any question, it means he's having a perfect understanding about that topic, and he's having quite perfect, what to say, knowledge about that topic and all. Now, how can possible you are trying to teach him with some illogical examples and all? It's not going to create a good impression, right? So that is what it's happening here, isn't it? The example, whichever is put by the candidate is totally wrong. Sometimes he is saying something else. Sometimes he is saying something else, right? You are unable to stick on a single example. Also, then also there is a problem, right? Now, the next question was types of document splitting. This is the right answer. But here, everybody out of 100, let's suppose 99 people are going to give the right answers. Three types of splittings are there: active, passive, and zero balance, right? So with this, you cannot impress because previously, whichever answers you have given is totally worst. Now, then in document splitting, again, the interviewer has given one accounting entry. Interviewer has given one accounting entry, and then he is quoting one example, like let's suppose expense 1 is debited with this much rupees, expense 2 is debited with this much, vendor is going to be credited with this much rupees, right? Now you just, this is the example of active splitting. Now you tell me what will be the accounting entry once you split this document. I'll tell you guys, this is one of the easiest example of document splitting. I don't think that you'll be finding any easy example compared to this one, right? Because it will be a bit difficult if somebody is going to put certain tax related things, like even tax is also involved, GST is involved, or else TDS is involved. Then now you split, then there might be like you'll be you will be confused little bit. But this is one of the easiest example. Now here, what is happening, guys? It's quite bad that somebody has given you a different example and you are trying to make the explanations, or you are giving explanations by quoting your own example. This is also going to create a wrong impression. Now he is talking about expense 1, expense 2. You started quoting example of, let's suppose I'm having this salary account and all. Why salary? Yeah, the interviewer is asking in terms of expense. You have to respond in that. You have to respond in that way itself. You cannot insert your own example, right? So this is also going to be, even if you're going to give a right example, in the sense, even if you're going to give the right explanations also, this is not going to create a right impression. Why? Because if you're having a perfect understanding, then you are supposed to explain the answer, or you are supposed to give the answer in that example itself, whichever example has been given by interviewer. If you are going to put your example, it says that you are much comfortable with one example itself, then you cannot say that you are having perfect understanding. Why? Because there might be chances that you have marked up one example. That is why every time and again you are giving one example itself, right? So you must be having a perfect understanding, and if perfect understanding is there, then let them ask whichever kind of entries, let them put whichever kind of entries are there. You guys will be always ready to, and if you're having perfect understanding and all, you'll be able to respond, you'll be able to answer very easily. So try to understand the concepts, right? Instead of mugging up a particular what to say, accounting entries, and every time you're going to quote the same, this is not going to create a good impression. Okay, now, so at last, again, because salary, example of salary, and that too, the way he has presented this example, that was also quite wrong, right? That was also quite wrong. Now, so at last, interviewer is asking, like, have you worked practically, have you involved practically on this document splitting? Now candidate is saying, no, I haven't involved. Of course, you have to say the same thing, because the kind of example you have given is wrong. Okay, now the next question was related to P2P cycle. Answer was correct, guys. P2P cycle, I think out of 199% of the people will say, okay, starting from whatever, whether you start from purchase requisitions till payment or purchase order to till payment, both are right. There is no what to say, any problem in that. Now, where is the problem? then he said like, what about the GR accounting entry? He has given the correct answer that inventory, is going to be debited and your GRIR account is going to be credited. In that also, I'm pretty much sure that if he is going to ask question in a different way, then that candidate will be stuck. But anyway, now this what to say answer was quite it was right, but then he is going to make a big blunder, which is going to like the next question he is asking about IR accounting entry, in the sense during invoice what should be the accounting entry, and he has added one criteria and he has added one more thing that you have to explain with the GST input or input tax. Now here I'll tell you guys, he has given his that candidate has quoted 3-4 examples. Totally it was all the examples were quite wrong. Every time you are changing your stand, that is also not going to create a good impressions. The first example was given by him: inventory debtor, GRIR debtor and TDS account is going to be credited. Oh my god, is it an accounting entry, guys? How come it possible that your inventory is going to be debited and that too during invoice receipt? Is it possible? Again, the second example, whatever is given, that is also quite wrong. Third example is also quite wrong, in the sense like twice or thrice. I guess he has given this, and every time he is quoting the wrong example itself. So it says that you are not having ideas. Simply you have mocked up an accounting entry, and sometime you have given the correct reply, but when the people are going to add certain conditions, certain criteria, and in that your mind is stop working and you are giving a different kind of replies and all. So whatever the correct answers was given in P2P cycle and GRIR accounting entry, that is totally gone, because during invoice receipt you have quoted and you have given a quite wrong answers. Okay. Now the next question he asked, like, what do you mean by valuation grouping code? This is one of the easiest question, guys. If you guys have really worked upon, or if really you have done this practically, you have practiced this FIMM integrations, then valuation grouping code will appear. Even though this valuation grouping code is going, still you cannot say that you don't have idea. At least 1 line or 2 line explanations can be given from you. So valuation grouping code, it's quite easy. Yeah, valuation grouping code means what? It's like what we can say, like group of valuation area. Valuation grouping code is going to it's going to represent it's like group of valuation area. Valuation area could be your plant or company code. Most likely plant itself will be there. If you guys wherever you have taken this training, if your faculty has taught this FIMM integrations, there they will explain in details. Okay, so valuation grouping code means group of valuation area. Now, so here also the answer was quite wrong, and the candidate is saying that it is movement terms type. I haven't heard about this movement terms type. Either he has to say movement terms. Okay. Even interviewer is also saying, do you mean to say movement terms? He's saying no, movement term types. Okay. So it says that the understanding is zero, the logics, whatever the things are the zero itself. So anyway, he is also thinking that okay, chalo, it is a kind of time pass itself. At least I have to spend some 10-12 minutes because he is conducting the interview and all, right? So this was the last question, and at last he asked one more question, and that was, any idea from controlling? Candidate is saying that no idea. Okay, so now here he says that okay, it was done from my side, I'll give the feedback to HR. Now you think yourself that what kind of feedback he is going to give to HR. Everybody knows, right, what feedback it will be. Now sometime what is happening here, two questions were that whatever answer has been given by candidate, easily he is going to ignore these all things. Oh, he is asking some questions, I have given the answers, but he is asking, do you have knowledge about the HANA? I says no. He is asking, do you have knowledge about controlling? I said no. So I think I might got rejected because I have said like I don't have any idea about HANA and I don't have any idea about controlling. Now what people will do, guys, instead of FI, now they will start looking at HANA and they will start looking at controlling. I need to go for HANA training. I need to go for controlling training because of that I'm not getting selected. I'll tell you guys, you can go. I'll tell you. In FI, your knowledge level is 0. Now you're trying to go for HANA. You're trying to go for controlling. What is this? Is it like, is this going to help you to get the placement? Not at all. Right? The base is base itself is not as strong, guys. Then how can you construct 20 stories or 30 stories building on that? Right? So first of all, you have to make whatever your base is there better to make it stronger. Then only, and I'll tell you, if somebody I receive several messages on daily basis on WhatsApp, guys. And in some of the messages I'm receiving, like message like people are saying that I want to go for HANA training, I want to go for CO training. I watched your video, it was quite good, and the explanations, everything is okay. I'm very much impressed, so I want to go for controlling training. So if you say that you want to go for HANA training, if you want to go for CO training, it means your FI part is very much, you're very much stronger in terms of FI. Okay, you're going for further training only if the FI is very much stronger. And I'll tell you guys, if FI part is very much stronger, then you need not to go for any further training. It's more than enough to get the placements. It's more than enough in terms of survival also. Once you got the placements, once you become a consultant, after that, you can go for HANA, you can go for controlling, you want to learn MMSD, whichever module you want to learn, you can learn, that's okay. It's going to add some advantage. But initially, the FI itself is like you don't have the basic knowledge also, and if you started learning HANA and CO and all, then there also the same kind of things will be there. Understanding will be 0. People are asking a different questions. You are going to give a different answers. It will be wastage of your time and money both. Okay, so guys, here I have not explained the complete answers because every answer is having certain logic, and if I give examples and all, then I'll have to, this video is going to be quite longer, and it will be like for every questions, if I give the example and all, it's going to take too much time. So in future, whenever I get the time, I'll try to record the answers also with practical examples so that you guys will be having a perfect understanding. So we'll close this session here itself. That's all in this session, guys, and see you again with such kind of questions. We'll come back again whenever I get the time, and we'll try to record some answers also. Okay, so till now, just have a good practice on your topic, and always ask some questions from your interviewer, right? If simply he is teaching like how to configure, then don't go for this how to configure. You need to ask why to configure. If you apply a check mark, what will happen? If you don't apply a check mark, what will happen? This is how your logics are going to be strong, and this is how you guys are going to become a good consultant. Or is blindly doing the configurations and all is not going to help you, isn't it? So now I have given my feedback also to the candidate. Okay, whatever the honest feedback was there, that I have given, and even you guys also can think what could be the possible feedback from your side for this candidate. Not only this candidate, even you can put yourself at this candidate and you ask yourself like how much answers you are going to give, right? So that's all, guys. And if anybody is looking for online training, my website is given here, my number is given here, and you can ping me on WhatsApp. So that's all, guys. See you again in next session soon. Till then, just bye-bye.